Hey guys, welcome to our lesson, pre and post workout nutrition. If you are new here to our channel, please make sure to like and subscribe for more exclusive weekly content.
So, first things first, how long before your workout should you eat? Well, in order for your body to get enough of the nutrients and energy from food in time for you to make it through your workout optimally, I recommend eating around 1 hour before your workout. Now, let's get to it, guys. What should we intake prior to our workout session? Well, three things are essential, and of these, we will begin with healthy carbs. Now, guys, notice the way that I said healthy carbs and not just carbs. Well, what I mean by this is that we need carbohydrate-rich foods which are low in fat and low to moderate in protein. Now, examples of healthy carbs would be brown rice, which is high in fiber, so it also increases your feelings of being full. Then we have bananas, and bananas are great as they give you energy, help to prevent muscle cramping during your workout, and they're also great because they help reduce bloating as it stops water retention and gas buildup within your body. Then we have sweet potatoes, which also increases your feelings of being full. And they lower insulin resistance, which help to limit calories being converted to fat. With our last example being broccoli. So broccoli is also great, guys, as it is rich in vitamin C, so it can limit the impact that stressful situations have on your body, as it reduces levels of the stress hormone cortisol, while increasing testosterone, which helps fight off body fat storage. And for the ladies, you do actually have levels of testosterone. They are just a lot lower than levels that men would have, for example. Moreover, why do we need carbohydrates before exercise? Well, we need carbs as we need to make sure that we have enough muscle glycogen in our bodies for exercise. And what is muscle glycogen? Well, carbohydrate-rich foods that we eat are broken down to glucose in our bodies, which is the way we give the cells within our body the energy to function. So when your cells receive enough glucose to work optimally, the rest of the glucose is turned into glycogen to be used as energy at a later period. So let's look at an example to explain this. So here right now we have the muscle. And you can see we have a low level of glycogen, which you can see in yellow. And then we have the body's fuel meter. Now, as you can see, this muscle is running low on glycogen at the moment, so the body's fuel meter is pretty low actually. Whereas in this picture, we have high levels of glycogen. So this means that there is a lot more fuel within our bodies. Therefore, the two main functions of muscle glycogen is that it is our primary fuel source, and it's also important because low levels of glycogen decrease your ability to gain strength and to gain muscle. Now, how much carbohydrate should we have? Well, you should aim to have about 50 grams of carbs an hour before your workout. However, for the full amount of carbs per day, I recommend that you have between 2 and 3 grams of healthy carbs per pound of body weight on cardio days, obviously because carbs give you energy, which you need more of on your cardio days, for example. And then on the other hand, on our rest days, when you need less energy, I recommend that you have between 0.5 and 1.5 grams of carbs per pound of body weight. Secondly, we will need to hydrate with water. Guys, in 1 hour of exercise, your body can lose as much as 1/4 of its level of water. Now, this is relevant because if you lose just 2% of your body weight in fluid, it can actually decrease performance by as much as 25%. So by staying hydrated, it helps to prevent a decline in performance, strength, and coordination. And it's also worth noting that if we have a loss of coordination, it will further regress a decline in your performance and also increase your risk of injury. So this is something to be aware of. Now, the second thing that water helps with is regulating your body temperature. So you'll be aware that when you're exercising, your body warms up. So to cool down, we sweat. But if your hydration levels are too low, that means that you could actually have a lack of sweat with the potential to cause you to overheat. So this is also something to keep in mind, guys. Furthermore, hydrating with water helps with other bodily functions, such as the heart, as the heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood around the body if you're sufficiently hydrated. Also, things like oxygen and nutrients can be transported more efficiently to your muscles that you're working during your workout. And finally, water is a vital part of many chemical reactions within the body. So if your water intake is too low, then the chemical reactions will slow down, which will cause tissues to heal slower and make recovery longer also. So how much water should we have? Well, I recommend having 8 ounces before your workout, 8 ounces during your workout every 15 minutes, and then 8 ounces after, preferably within a 30-minute time frame. And just for my fellow Europeans, shout out, 8 ounces is 250 milliliters. And lastly, pre-gym, we of course want to avoid saturated fats. So guys, it is true that saturated fats contain a lot of carbs. So again, that means more energy. So you might think, hey, that's good, right? Well, the problem with this, guys, is that when the extra energy comes from saturated fats, the fats actually take longer to digest. So any that you consume pre-workout will not be harvested to leave your body fast enough to provide energy for your workout. So this is the first problem. It digests slowly. Now, the second problem is that saturated fats also creates feelings of sluggishness that will not be helpful with exercising. And take it from me, guys, I found out the hard way. So then, guys, what about post-workout nutrition? Well, in addition to more water, as mentioned earlier, we want our post-workout meal within around 45 minutes after your workout. An important component for any post-workout meal is protein. This is because consuming an adequate amount of protein after a workout gives your body the amino acids it needs to repair and rebuild broken down muscle fibers from exercise. And guys, try to aim for between 20 and 40 grams of protein post-workout. Now, remember earlier how we were talking about the need for muscle glycogen stores in our muscles as fuel for exercise? Well, after exercise, your muscles are depleted of those glycogen stores. So, you guessed it, the third thing we should have is healthy carbs, as these will replenish the glycogen stores. And as a rule of thumb, for every gram of protein you have 3 grams of carbohydrates. Furthermore, not only do we lose water through sweat, guys, but also electrolytes. And electrolytes are like the motor oil in your car. They don't make the engine run, but are absolutely crucial to keep everything running smoothly. Thus, an insufficient amount of electrolytes in your muscles can result in muscle cramps and an inadequate functioning of bodily systems, such as the digestive system, nervous system, and of course the muscular system. Examples of foods rich in electrolytes would be bananas, avocados, raisins, beans, potatoes, and spinach.
What do you intake before and after your workout sessions? We'd love to hear from you in the comment section down below. Additionally, if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. So that has been our lesson, pre and post workout nutrition. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next lesson.